a lot of people, young guys who come to town, don't realize that being a session player, really, if you're going to have success in varied accounts, which I really think the whole business is about, if you can do, like, say, for example, a jazz gig or a pop gig or an R&B gig, that's just going to enable you to work more. Um, and to answer your question, yeah, you do approach uh, going into, like, for the example, that Point of Grace record. I think it was a Christmas record that was more jazz oriented. Of course, totally, you would approach that completely differently than you would, say, in an R&B or a black gospel gig, where you know you know it's pretty obvious the differences musically. So and you have to draw on things from your past. Like, I spent a lot of time studying jazz in my past, and I spent a lot of time studying R&B in my past. It's like so you draw on those tools and your arsenal of weapons, per se. Of course, the gear is always an issue, and it's constantly changing. And you're acquiring more, you're getting rid of some, and I think that's true for all musicians. Guitar players, I know, are probably the worst at this, but the only people who can get away with are vocalists for some reason. I never see vocalists with a ton of microphone choices and preamp. But for drums, it's like, I'll carry with me, like today for the session I'm going to, I'll have maybe, 20, 30 snare drum options and maybe, a couple dozen cymbals and a couple different kick drums and tom options, different varied size tom options, different head options. Because all that stuff, like the way you would tune a jazz drum kit is completely different than the way you tune a rock drum kit. And the way you would approach, if cymbal wise as well, you wouldn't use the same cymbals on a jazz thing as you would for a rock thing. So you have to have you have to be ready kind of going in. But when you talk to the producer or whoever it is that books you for that particular session, they're going to kind of tell you ahead of time, hey, we're doing, this is a country job. So all right, well, great. I won't bring my brushes. Well, maybe you would bring your brushes if it's a train beat or something. But you know what I'm saying. You get the idea that there's different equipment for different situations.